healthy, and it is going well with Auntie today. Joseph in Egypt. Dear little friends, remember the story of how Joseph was sold by his brothers to the Ishmaelites? Let us hear what happened to Joseph in Egypt. Now Joseph had been taken down to Egypt. Potiphar, an Egyptian who was one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of the army, bought Joseph from the Ishmaelites who had taken him there. The Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered and he lived in the house of his Egyptian master. When his master saw that the Lord was with him and that the Lord gave him success in everything he did, Joseph found favor in his eyes and became his attendant. Now Joseph was handsome, and after a while his master's wife wanted Joseph to be her husband. But Joseph said no because she was already married to Potiphar. So one day she lied about Joseph to her workers and to her husband. She said that Joseph wanted to be her husband, but she was lying. When his master heard the story, his wife told him. He burned with anger. Joseph's master took him and put him in prison, the place where the king's prisoners were kept. But while Joseph was there in prison, the Lord God was with him. He showed him kindness and granted him favor in the eyes of the prison warden. So the warden put Joseph in charge of all those held in the prison, and he was made responsible for all that was done there. The warden paid no attention to anything under Joseph's care because the Lord was with Joseph and gave him success in everything he did. Some time later, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt, Pharaoh, offended their master, the king of Egypt. Pharaoh was angry with his two officials, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, and put them in prison in the house of the captain of the guard, in the same prison where Joseph was confined. The captain of the guard assigned them to Joseph, and he attended them. After they had been there for some time, each of the two men had a dream the same night, and each dream had a meaning of its own. When Joseph came to them the next morning, he saw that they were sad. So he asked Pharaoh's officials who were there in prison, "Why do you look so sad today?" "We both had dreams," they answered him, "but there is no one to interpret them." Then Joseph said to them, "Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams." They told Joseph their dreams, and Joseph told them what it means. Now the third day was Pharaoh's birthday, and he gave a feast for all of his officials. He restored the chief cupbearer to his position so that he once again put the cup into Pharaoh's hand, but he hanged the chief baker. It happened exactly just as Joseph had said to them in his interpretation of their dreams. The chief cupbearer, however, did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. When 2 full years had passed, Pharaoh had a dream. He was standing by the Nile when out of the river there came up 7 cows, sleek and fat, and they grazed among the reeds. After them 7 other cows, ugly and gaunt, came up out of the Nile and stood beside those on the river bank. And the cows that were ugly and gaunt ate up the 7 sleek, fat cows. Then Pharaoh woke up. He fell asleep again and had a second dream. 7 heads of grain, healthy and good, were growing on a single stalk. After them 7 other heads of grain sprouted, thin and scorched by the east wind. The thin heads of grain swallowed up the 7 healthy, full heads. Then Pharaoh woke up. It had been a dream. In the morning his mind was troubled, so he sent for all the magicians and wise men of Egypt. Pharaoh told them his dreams, but no one could interpret them for him. Then the chief cupbearer remembered Joseph, who had interpreted his dream, and told Pharaoh. So Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and he was quickly brought from the prison. When he had shaved his beard and changed his clothes, he came before Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to Joseph, "I had a dream, and no one can interpret it. But I have heard it said of you that when you hear a dream you can interpret it." "I cannot do it," Joseph replied to Pharaoh, "but God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires." Then Pharaoh told Joseph his dream. Then Joseph said to Pharaoh, "The dreams of Pharaoh are one and the same. God has revealed to Pharaoh what he is about to do. 7 years of great abundance are coming throughout the land of Egypt, but 7 years of famine will follow them. Then all the abundance in Egypt will be forgotten, and the famine will ravage the land. Now, little friends, I told you that famine means there is no food and the people are hungry. So Joseph told Pharaoh to put someone wise in charge of Egypt to handle all the affairs of the land. The plan seemed good to Pharaoh and to all his officials. So Pharaoh asked them, "Can we find anyone like this man, one in whom the Spirit of God is?" Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Since God has made all this known to you, there is no one so wise as you. You shall be in charge of my palace, and all my people are to submit to your orders. Only with respect to the throne will I be greater than you." Joseph was 30 years old when he was put in charge of the whole land of Egypt. Wow, little friends, how wonderful this story of Joseph is going. He went from being a slave and in prison, and then he was put in charge of the whole land of Egypt. Let us learn a lesson from this part of the story. Joseph was obedient to God, and God blessed him even in the prison, because Joseph trusted in God and did everything that was right in God's eyes. God made Pharaoh to put Joseph in charge of the whole land of Egypt. We should be like Joseph and do what is good. We should not do bad things when we think that no one sees us, because God sees everything, my little friends. I pray that you will remember this lesson. And remember, Auntie loves you, but Jesus Christ loves you so much more. And until next time, bye.